What's up everybody, Jesse here, or GameOverJesse as all of you may know me. Before we get started, we're doing a giveaway for a $20 eShop card or a Nintendo Switch game of your choice. All of the details are in the description below. The best thing about this, we're using Gleam, so we have 5 different ways for you to enter. 2 for subscribing to each of us on YouTube, 2 for following both of us on Twitter, and the last one, tweeting out and sharing the giveaway with your friends. What's up everybody, I am Jesse, or GameOverJesse. Here with us is Daniel and Kayla, our amazing co-hosts. Kayla was frozen there for a second. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about Ocarina of Time multiplayer. This isn't like some fan wish, kind of is, but it's actually real. You can play online Ocarina of Time, which is something that I think everyone who's played the game has wanted to be able to play with their friend. And this isn't even playing on the same console. This is me on my computer, you on your computer. Both of us are trying to beat Bongo Bongo, or like run through the Spirit Temple, which is really cool. You can switch around your outfits and stuff. So if you would rather look like the fierce deity Link, if you would like to look like Dark Link, or have a blue tunic, a red tunic, a purple tunic, it doesn't matter. So there's a lot of character not a lot of character customization, but there's basic character customization to look like Zora Link and stuff. Basically, Tony from Hard for Games, or the guys over at Hard for Games, good friends of the channel and the podcast, posted the video where they were playing with the person who created it. I loved the video so much, thought it was such a great idea that I wanted to talk about it with you guys. I guess this will be kind of a shorter video because we're not necessarily, we're not playing through it, but when we do get it, we're going to be doing, hopefully, if Daniel and Kayla are up to it, some online hijinks, running around Hyrule and I don't know what to do in the game. Like this, the scenarios that Tony was coming up with is like if your partner is trying to climb a ladder or something and then you shoot an arrow and knock him off. Or if you're in a room where there's like 3 block puzzles to where you have to push the blocks on the switches, and he gets 2 of them done and he's trying to push the 3rd block, and then you go and push the 2nd block off of the switch. So like a lot of stuff where you're messing around with people. But then there's also really cool speedrunning scenarios to where you get into, maybe there's a room in the Spirit Temple to where you have to have the light shining on a target, so you have to turn a lot of mirrors so it reflects the light back and forth. And instead of turning all of the mirrors, one person could just aim the light at the other person with his mirror shield, and that person could aim the light directly at where it needs to be. Instead of having to take the time to do it correctly, you can kind of not cheat your way through it, but you could be creative to get through some of these challenges and puzzles and stuff. So there's a lot of cool ideas about it. There's also, I want to give a quick mention, you'll see it in the video, the bottom of the video right now if you're watching the edited version. Someone made fan art, I guess you could call it, of what Ocarina of Time would look like in 2D on the Game Boy Advanced. So I thought that would look really cool. The rest of the gameplay that you're probably seeing is from Hard for Games channel, of the gameplay with the 2 Links running around messing with each other. It still needs to be updated a little bit because while the characters are synced up, so you can see their character in your Hyrule, if you pick up a bush or a rock, then in your friend's game, the bush or the rock is still there. It's not quite synced up 100%, but he's working on that right now. And then when you attack enemies, like both people can attack the same enemy. So he's working on that as well, because right now, where it's in early stages, if an enemy pops up in Daniel's game and Daniel attacks it, then my game has a completely different version of that enemy So he's trying to work to where everything syncs up and not just the characters, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
A lot of technical stuff. It's not meant to be an online multiplayer game. So I think the fact that he's making it online multiplayer, even at these early stages, is really cool. But yeah, I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on this and talk about it. So, Daniel.
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time
It's almost
multiplayer.
like it's like if someone was like, hey, you know what's cool? 4 swords. But what if we could do that with Ocarina of Time? And a lot of the times in Tony's video, you'll see like him having when he first changed his color to be purple Link. My first thought was like, oh, it's like 4 swords. All right, you know. This would be really cool to do though, like just to even just to play through the game in co-op, like even just to go through the dungeons. If they do work it to be like synced up completely though, they would need to make sure that everything like not everything quite syncs up. So, because can you imagine if you're going through a dungeon together and you get the long shot, for example, in the water temple,
and then your friend doesn't get
and
the
since your friend can't get it, right? So then at that point, it's like, is your buddy hooped because he can't actually get through some of the spaces in the dungeon then? Or do you have a workaround where everything's synced up except for items and treasure chests, or like dungeon items specifically, so that you can both have the chance to use those items and get through it? Yeah, so that's the only thing. I also do wonder how the time travel mechanic would work. Like, do you both have to go back and forward in time at the same time?
Oh yeah, that would be
Do you
interesting.
disappear? Like, yeah, like how is that going to affect it as well if someone pulls the Master Sword? So that's what I'm curious about. But
if you went to Kakariko Village, one as a child, one as an adult, you would have two completely different places.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be 2 different versions of the village, right? So, yeah, but otherwise, I mean, if that's something that they've worked out already or they're working on, it'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I'd love to give it a shot. It sounds like a lot of fun to just take that, and it's like just putting a different spin on something familiar like that, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, because like...
Kayla.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, like,
Talking.
when you get into a room and, like,
Right.
there's a lot of enemies in the room that tries to attack you. Like when you walk into a room in the Forest Temple and the 2 skeleton war... I forgot the names of them.
Stalfos?
Yeah, the Stalfos, like, jump up and attack you, and there's, like, 2 of them, or 3 of them, and you have to kill them at the exact same time. Or not at the same time, but within a certain time limit. So instead of you having to fight both of them yourself, your partner could fight the other one. And then you could, like, get through these rooms a lot quicker. And then, like, on Bongo...
Like, I was just thinking, if the 3 of us were playing through it, though, we've probably played that game so many times that it would just be really easy with all of us playing it. Like, we would have no challenge at all. But
well, I was thinking, like, Bongo, where he has the 2 hands and then the eyeball. So, like, one person could just focus on one hand, the second person could just focus on the other. But anyways, going to you, Kayla.
Yeah, I was actually just watching through the video, and I thought it was kind of funny seeing how everything was happening, like you were saying, because it's not properly synced up, so someone would pick something up, and then the other person would just see him, like, holding his arms up.
yeah.
But I think it would be a lot of fun to play, but I would definitely need to play with people that probably aren't as familiar with the game, though, because like you said, if it were the 3 of us, we'd probably just, like, we'd probably beat the game, like, really fast. But yeah, hopefully we can get that and give it a try and potentially stream it. I think it would be hilarious.
Yeah, Tony, if you're watching the podcast, give us a message about the game. I did actually. I messaged him because in the video it only shows 2 people playing multiplayer, and he said that the guy was working on getting it to be more. So hopefully it does get to where it is 4 players instead of just 2. And there was an older Ocarina of Time multiplayer mod to where you could put as many playable characters in the game at once, but it was all sharing the same game. So the camera, instead of being split screen like a normal multiplayer game, it was only following the person who was actually playing as the main character, and then the other people were basically like random links that could run around. They could still attack and get damage and stuff, but the camera would not stay on them. So basically, like, they were Cappy, and then you were Mario. So that's kind of how it was. So that video, which you can also find on YouTube, is really cool. It shows, like, you can even, during a cutscene, when like Link is fit in a fixed position, the other Links can still run around during the cutscene. Oh. So it makes it a bit entertaining. Yeah. But yeah, I would just like to see how it handles some of that stuff, like Daniel was talking about, to where if like you go back in time, will the other person automatically go back in time since the games are synced together? If you get an item, will the other person automatically get that item, or will he still need to open the chest, or will he be left without it? So there's a bunch of stuff like that, which I guess is why whenever they do, like when Nintendo does make these multiplayer games, they're not necessarily the best Zelda games. So yeah, maybe
they kind of all have their own problems.
Yeah. All right. The next news story is let's see here. Kayla, this is yours.
It's all me! Yes! Sorry if I've been a little bit weird throughout this podcast. I keep, like, lagging really badly, so I'm probably gonna have to get my own internet set up down here.
Not a bad idea.
You guys will be, like, talking about stuff, and I'll hear just, like, straight lag for, like, the entire, like, minute or two that you're talking, and I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about. Yes,
right.
So I'm gonna...
Here's what you gotta do, Kayla. Yeah, you just have to give an intro, and then talk about it. So, like, say...
I have to give an intro?
Yeah. Like, before each of the topics, how I've been introducing everyone. You are the host. You are the host for this.
You gotta get in that mindset. You're the captain now.
No.
If you notice, before every podcast, you'll see me kind of like let out a deep breath and be like, this is the part that I hate, and then I'll do the introduction. So
that's okay. I got this.
All right.
Sorry, I've never had to do an intro before, so this is exciting. All right.
You got this.
Wait, can I introduce myself as Chublima instead of Kayla? Because that'd be dang.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me So we're at 44 minutes. So I gotta update this. All right, now go.
All right.
It not trying to connect to the Wi-Fi or whatever, suddenly the game runs smoother at those laggy parts. And that's like not that heavy a use of the console's power, just being connected. But then, yeah, if there was a way to turn that off, that would be really cool, because then it would probably fix that issue and run things a little smoother. So.
All right, are we ready to move to the next?
Yes, let's.
All right, so I guess I don't need to open this because it's just the video. All right, so this is kind of two pieces of... I'm gonna do this again.
It's okay, you got this. I believe in you.
Two pieces of...
All right.
Hey everyone, it's me again, Elia Rose. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. And you know what? If you're a fan of videos like this, you should totally subscribe and give this video a like and comment below to let us know what type of videos you would like to see us create in the future. And if you would really like to support all of us here at the GameOverJesse channel, please consider purchasing a GameOverJesse t-shirt or becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/GameOverJesse, where you can receive many rewards, such as getting shoutouts, having any topic or theory that you select discussed on the podcast or made into its own video, having your question answered, joining on as a guest on the podcast, and playing with us during our Twitch live streams at twitch.tv/GameOverJesse, and much, much more.